Hey everyone, it's Nichol Spohr here today for Spellbinders, and today I'm going to be sharing this adorable card made with the Spellbinders September 2019 Large Die of the Month Club Kit called Game of Gnomes. So adorable, so cute. It comes with everything you need to create mushrooms, gnomes, the squirrel, acorns, grass, the little sign, all of the things. You guys, this is an amazing, amazing value. Absolutely love this. So I have pre-die cut the components for my card off camera. That is simply to save some time today because there is a lot of little pieces. I am making a super, super full scene. Everything here is die cut. My background is dry embossed with the Fun Stamper's Journey Above the Clouds embossing folder. All of the cardstock, with the exception of the wood grain cardstock that I am using for the sign, and the white cardstock that I'm using to color in the faces and hands, is Fun Stamper's Journey. So all of this you can get at Spellbinders. Love the cardstock colors, the array of colors that you can get, so many great things. I started with the focal point, that ginormous mushroom. How adorable is that, by the way? Love, love, love this. So many ways this can be used on cards. And then you even get two smaller versions, which is fantastic if you want to really fill out the scene. So I've got three that I've already did here. As I'm working on the card, I realized I probably wanted one more small one over on the right side. And it will die cut two at once, at least the tops of two of them at once. So I will be doing something a little special for the inside of the card then. Then there is a sitting and a standing version of this little gnome. So of course, on top of that mushroom, we are going to have our little sitting gnome holding a sign with a cute, clever little saying. I really went and kind of what I like to call shopped my stash for this particular card. So I went through everything I personally own looking for gnome stamp sets so that I could have fun little punny play on words for my card. And these are actually all from the Oh Gnome Lawn Fawn stamp set. So what I'm going to adorn the sign with, what I'm going to stamp on a little sentiment strip for the front of my card, and then ultimately what I stamp inside my card as the rest of the sentiment, all of those are from the Lawn Fawn Oh Gnome stamp set. So don't be afraid to mix and match your supplies. You will notice as I'm working, those poor little gnomes aren't going to get a face till the very end. And that was on purpose. I did color in the skin for the face, and I will do the hands as well with copic markers. So those were die cut from Nina, smooth white cardstock. We're going to go ahead and color those in with copic markers. If you have seen any of my videos before where it's a die cut heavy or all die cut video that has someone's face, you will know that I almost always, if not always, color it in with copic markers. And that is simply because I like how it looks best. I don't have a color of cardstock that I just love for skin tone. I know there's probably some out there, but I'm super, super picky. And so I always find I like the shading that you get with copic markers. I wanted to keep, this was a little bit more of a labor-intensive card because it's just so much die cutting and so much assembly. And to kind of keep it manageable so it wasn't taking all day to put together, I didn't add shading to anything else. You could add shading to any of your die cut pieces with markers, with distress inks, with other inks, anything you want. You really could add shading to it. I really felt like it didn't need a whole lot. And I don't think that the face then looks funny. Some things, maybe if you're not adding shading to everything, they might, but I did really, really fast and easy shading for my gnome faces. Now I got to this point of my card design and I decided I loved the mushrooms, but I thought the spots needed a little something. So instead of doing shading and things for my card today, I decided to take some Nuvo crystal drops and just kind of fill in those little spaces in the mushroom tops with this really pretty lemon translucent Nuvo crystal drop. So it's going to dry kind of clear, but has a yellow tint to it. Love that. I think it turns out really, really nice. So you might notice I still have some assembly to do, but I really wanted my Nuvo crystal drops to start drying because I knew I needed to do the inside of the card, and it's going to have some dry time as well. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So we've got our gnome sitting up on top of the big mushroom. We have got our second gnome standing down here near the base of that giant mushroom amongst all the other small mushrooms, some little tufts of grass, and we will even be adding a little acorn. Yes, you get those dies as well. This die collection truly comes with everything you need to build fantastic scenes. Then we're just going to position his little arms. I like that the arms are separate. That means, so up above, you can see I put his arm more out to the side so he could hold that sign. That makes it so you can really customize these guys how you want them to look. Now, don't worry about the missing eyebrow. I knew I die cut it, but I couldn't find it. And I thought, if I just hold on and get everything else assembled, surely it will show up. And just as I was going, or just as I gave up and decided maybe I should just die cut another one, I did find it. So, yay for that. I will be adding that here in a little bit. I'm using a combination of different adhesives also today. Glue tube, the quickie glue. I'm using a tape runner for different things. So if it's a big item, tape runner. Smaller things, some sort of a liquid glue. Now on the inside piece of the little sign, and pardon my head in the way, I wanted to get that lined up, I stamped the phrase, "Oh, gnome, you didn't." I thought that was hilarious, and it just seemed like it was meant to be because it fit the sign. This also is from that Lawn Fawn Oh Gnome stamp set. So my sentiment's going to be, "Oh, gnome, you didn't. Thanks so much." So kind of a play on words everywhere on this card. We've got the gnomes covered. We've got the mushrooms covered. Love, love, love this die set. I can't say enough things about it because I absolutely love it. That's that Above the Clouds embossing folder that I was just showing there. Now they need mouths, they need noses, they need eyes. I opted, that die is one single die. So it's got cheeks, eyes, nose, and mouth. I opted to take copics and color them on the cardstock and then die cut them. I'm not going to use all the dies. I could have added black to the eyes. I could have added pink to the cheeks. I could have done all of that. I ended up not doing that and instead took my pink marker and added pink to the cheeks on the gnomes, just with my marker. We will be adding the die cut pieces that we colored on the cardstock for the mouth and the nose. I'm using a black glaze pen for the eyes, just a time saver. Truly, it was just a time saver that made not having to die cut that die multiple times from different colors of cardstock. Plus, I'm a big fan of that black glaze pen. I think it really adds great eye detail. So we'll add some glue for the mouth and for the nose and then just pop those in place. And once we do that, these gnomes' faces just come to life. I'm hoping you guys are seeing just how magical and fun these are and are as excited about this large die of the month as I am. I think the Spellbinders club kits get better and better every month. I'm always so excited to open mine up, see what's inside, and be able to create some really fun things with it. So we'll just, again, scribble a little pink, a little earth or flesh color, pardon me, die cut the mouth and nose again because our second gnome definitely needs to be finished off. I'm using that quickie glue for the mouth and the nose. My tweezers are also out and about today. They are helping me be able to hold things down, put things right where I want them to go, as well as the crystal katana. I did adhere Thanks So Much. That was stamped with a black ink and adhered with foam adhesive right over the mushroom. There's a lot going on in the bottom of the card, and that big mushroom definitely had some nice open space that I felt was the perfect place to add a sentiment strip. But down near the bottom, I wanted to add some acorns, and that's because inside of our card, we're going to have a cute little squirrel sitting on a mushroom holding an acorn. So that will be featured inside, and I think it just kind of brings the front of the card to the inside of the card by implementing and using those here as well. Those again are a couple different shades of Fun Stamper's Journey cardstock. Love that. Hazelnut blend and pumpkin bread, I believe. Then I'm going to stamp a couple of phrases inside my card. We're going to stamp "You're a friend like gnome other." And I want to gauge exactly where I want that because I want to make sure I'm leaving enough room to have my squirrel sitting on top of the mushroom. I don't always do it, and I always wonder when I do why I don't do it more often. I love the look of a finished card, meaning you're taking what you've put on the front of the card, and there's a little something special on the inside that just ties it all together. And whether that is just a sentiment, some stamping, or like I did, some stamped sentiment and some die cutting, I think it really makes for a special card design. I did go back and add some little white highlights there to the front of my card for the gnome's eyes, and then we're going to come back to the inside. We've got our mushroom, we've got some little tufts of grass, an acorn, and the squirrel. So we are going to use all of those here. Let's build the mushroom first. We'll pop our squirrel in place sitting there, and then we will put the acorn in his hands and put some grass near the base of the mushroom to kind of finish it all off. Yes, this was a ton of die cutting, but so worth it. I love scene building. You guys, if you follow me, you probably already know that. Whether it be die cutting or stamping or a combination of both, scene building is my absolute favorite thing, and I just absolutely can't get over how fantastic this large die of the month is for September. Don't forget to add detail to the nose and the eye on our squirrel. And of course, we want to finish off the inside of the card just like the front. So we'll take that translucent yellow Nouveau Crystal drop and add detail to the mushroom so that it's just as cute as the front of our card. I will let this sit and dry for a nice long while, and for sure at least 24 hours before I try to mail it. But other than that, our card is all done. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this Spellbinders Large Die of the Month Club Kit Dies for September 2019 called Game of Gnomes. The supplies I used to create my card are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos featuring Spellbinders Club Kit Dies that you might be interested in. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a card making video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.